the Trxade members, the independent pharmacies that are here. I see Benzer. I can't wait to talk to you. But I see Yvonne had some special guests to join us as well, so thank you for coming. I'm Jariel Morales, or Jane, again, the Executive VP and Vice President of the company. I've been here for about 3 years, a little bit over 3 years. My journey here started, I was actually a contractor. And then the more that I met with Sean and Seren, and I fell in love with their story, I fell in love with their mission, and I fell in love with the people overall. I ran my own marketing company, and I gave up my own little dream to kind of jump on their bus and make their dream a reality as well. So now it's a shared dream for all of us. I think Don covered a little bit as far as, for those that are here that don't know what Trxade is about, we're an online platform where independent pharmacies can go price compare, very similar to eBay and Amazon, and purchase their goods at a significant cost savings. And the way that Trxade came about was Sean, we call him kind of our resident pharmacist. He had some pain points in his own pharmacy where they kept getting negative reimbursements, and believe it or not, people that don't know what negative reimbursements are is in the pharmaceutical space, you can buy a drug for $100 to take care of a patient, and the insurance company gives you $90. So you lost money to take care of that patient, which I don't think that's what businesses are in business for. So he just kept thinking there has to be a better way. And then on the other side of it, hard to find items. There's a lot of items that the primary suppliers either run out of, and you have to get on the phone and call 20, 30 different wholesalers and see who has it. And that takes a lot of time. You know, when you're trying to take care of patients, trying to work on your business, to spend a couple hours to just take care of one patient, that's not very effective and efficient. So that's how Trxade came about. He's like, there has to be a better way. And that's where Trxade came in. Actually, a great example just happened in January. We had, everybody's very familiar with the flu epidemic. Well, there was a huge Tamiflu shortage, huge. And we got bombarded with phone calls, people saying, hey, do you have Tamiflu, do you have Tamiflu? Which we did. Versus these pharmacies, we have about 8,700 pharmacies right now, versus them calling 45 nationwide wholesalers and spending hours of their time to find out who has Tamiflu. They were able to go to our website, and we have over 45 wholesalers on the platform, and 3 of them had it. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but when nobody else has it, 3's better than nothing. And what was kind of neat is that a lot of our pharmacies, if they would have reached out to these wholesalers individually, they probably would have given a pretty high price because they understood the need of it. And one of the unique things of our platform is our suppliers, they didn't do any price gouging because they knew they couldn't afford to do that. They had to give honest, true pricing to our pharmacies, otherwise they wouldn't buy it from them. And we sold a lot of Tamiflu in January, a lot. And it was thanks to the platform itself. So, and that's one of the things that we take pride in, as far as, you know, there's a lot of side benefits to what we do. But being able to give our pharmacists the time to be able to spend time with their patients, I think it's pretty valuable. Would you agree? Right? And kind of, he talked about it as well, as far as price transparency. It's crazy how the pharmaceutical industry works, as far as typically, historically, they made their purchases based off faith and trust. They thought they were getting a good price. You've had a relationship with them for 10 years, and it's just, you're going part of the course. And when they log on to our platform, and Carol and I get to do a lot of conferences together, and to see the shock in their face of when they're used to paying $1,000 for something, and they think it's a good price, and they see it on our platform for $200, it hits home. They're like, my goodness, they almost feel betrayed. That 10-year trust that they had with that company, all of a sudden they understand, oh, I've been doing this the wrong way. We actually have a video testimony on our website, which we have a lot of testimonies, but this video testimony was pretty neat. Carol and I, we went to a conference. It was a 4-day conference. We were exhausted. We're wrapping up and going home for the day. And a pharmacist comes up to me and says, we're just a little small pharmacy. There's only 3 of us in it. But using Trxade, we saved almost $1 million in 1 year. Listen, I was a small business owner. If there was some free tool that put an extra $1 million in my pocket, that would be pretty neat. And that's what we were able to do for them. We were able to give them financial freedom. And not only that, but they were able to use those funds to invest and put back into their pharmacy to hire additional people. And that's something that we're very proud of. We also had an in-person testimony, which was kind of neat. We had a pharmacy tech come down from Shelman, Georgia. She drove down to kind of thank us and let us know what we did for them. It was a pharmacy team. It was a husband and wife pharmacist. And they had 2 pharmacy techs, and they were struggling. They were working a lot of hours, trying to make ends meet. And it's funny because the 2 pharmacy techs, one is a niece, and she wasn't. She was a hired help. So she's like, listen, we're struggling. She was stressing that the pharmacy was going to close. And she knew that if they were going to let somebody go, it was going to be her first, not the niece. And she took the Trxade call. You know, and that's all it took. She listened to what we were trying to do for them. And she gave it a try, and their business individually, they were averaging $7 per script for every patient, and using Trxade, they were able to switch that and turn it to $13 per script. They almost doubled their profit margins to the point where they were not only able to hire additional people, they were able to reinvest into their business, and now they provide, because of the savings that they get from Trxade and the additional funds, they're able to provide additional services for their community. And that feels really good, you know, for us on all the little side effects that they were able to help out. Ultimately, as a company, we are a healthcare solutions provider. That is our bread and butter, and we do it through technology. But it's kind of neat to figure out and talk to people and hear their testimonials, and it fuels us, definitely does. We get to make a difference. You know, we all come in every day, and our goal is, we always say, we got this, and to make ourselves proud. That's kind of our goal. We've been able to help over 8,000 pharmacies not just stay in business, but thrive. We still get phone calls of pharmacies that call us saying that they had to shut their doors because they didn't find us soon enough, you know, and we've had them literally call us crying, saying that they wish they would have found us sooner. And we take that to heart. You know, anytime that we lose a pharmacy and we hear that the door's shut, it's almost like losing a family member. You know, I have people come in my office, and we've all experienced, anybody here that's talked to pharmacies, eventually we build a relationship with somebody that they have to close their doors or sell to a big box chain, which is horrible. What's going on in the pharmaceutical industry, for a lot of people aren't aware, but there's a couple things. One of the worst things is restricted networks. It's a horrible, horrible thing. I remember a story that I watched on ABC News, this was last year, and they covered the story, which was kind of neat. And they interviewed the pharmacy tech and the pharmacist. And when they interviewed the pharmacy tech, and this is a small independent pharmacy, she started crying. She's like, I can't even get my own prescription filled in my own pharmacy because my insurance company won't cover it. They're forcing them to go to the CVS's, the Walgreens of the world, the Publix, and now soon they're going to start forcing people to do mail order. You know, so and then when they interviewed the pharmacist, his words will always echo in my head. He said, I wish there was somebody to help. And we are that help. You know, and it's something that we're very proud of, and it feels good. I see CJ smiling over there. She's like, we are. It feels very good. I think one of the things that definitely makes us different is most of these people in front of you here are employees. That's what makes us different. We all come to work with a smile. We genuinely love, I've had these conversations with Carol, where we all genuinely wake up every day and we're happy to come to work. You know, I mean, we don't charge our pharmacies for anything, and we get to hear how much we help them. It feels good, you know, and one of the things that when I came on as the operator role, I make it my focus, and Howard tells me all the time, get the right people in the right seats. You know, I want people that are passionate about what we're doing, that get our vision, that get what we're about, and that want to genuinely help people. And those are the people that tend to succeed here. We are a technology platform, so we're very IT heavy. It's good to see. We even had Jeff come on board, visit us from Sarasota. Jeff back there as well has a lot to do with the success of Trxade, so I definitely want to give him a lot of credit as well. If you want to say hi to everybody, he's our system architect and the brainchild of how everything runs in the background. And I can tell you guys, it sounds pretty easy to have an e-commerce store, but it's not easy. We have an e-commerce platform. We have 45 stores with different terms and conditions, different ways that they process their orders. It is a heck of a web in there. And for his brain to be able to put it all together and game plan it, and then for the team to be able to execute on it and give their feedback, We're very, I like the way that we run our company. We're not a dictatorship here. We're a family. I guess that's probably the best way I can say it. Everybody's very open-minded. We're very open to feedback. At the end of the day, we want to do the right thing. I know my personal goal here is to be one of the top 100 employers in the Tampa Bay area. We're extremely proud to be here in Pasco County to kind of put our strong roots in here, and this is home. I even moved here. That's all. And I even lived on the beach. I went from seeing dolphins to deer. Different. Definitely very different. Let's see, what else? I think that's about it. I think so. We talked about that. I think we're pretty good, guys. I do want to introduce Commissioner Moore. I think he has a few words, and again, I can't thank everybody here for coming out and spending this time with us. This is a very proud moment. I kind of shared with Sean this morning. Just make sure that he soaks it in. That this was Sean's idea, Sean's dream, and it's kind of neat. And I tell him, you should be proud of what you did for your friends, because that's how I kind of look at it. It's like we did this for his friends. So when we get to go on the road and talk to other pharmacists, it just feels good. It's not like we're not selling it. It's an honest conversation. And the biggest challenge for us is human behavior, changing human behavior. I get it. Pharmacists have been doing things for a long time, and even though it's free and it's a great tool, it can save them a lot of money. They're just too busy to change their current process. And we get that. We get there and we give them some tough love. Yvonne will call them and say, "Stop it! Stop the excuses. It's time for change." And there's a smarter way of doing business. And people that embrace change, they're reaping the benefits of it. And it's pretty neat. We've had pharmacies. Actually, last month we had a pharmacy. We saved them over $200,000 in 1 month. 1 month. That's pretty cool. I'll take it. Anyway, but I want to bring Commissioner Moore up here for a few words. I thank you for your time, and to many, many, many years of continued success, and to outgrowing this building and staying here.
Well, Joe, thank you very much, and that was an amazing story. Thanks for sharing that. I can tell you're excited about what you're doing here, and you're passionate about it, and that means a lot. It's nice to enjoy what you're doing, and I can tell you do, and I'm sure everybody else here does here too. Well, it's another great day here in Pasco County. I love doing these. I love ribbon cuttings. I like this so much better than sitting behind the dais and saying yay and nay all day. We've done a lot of these lately. Pasco County is growing, and it's growing by leaps and bounds. If you don't know it, we're the fastest growing county in the Tampa Bay area. We're one of the fastest growing counties in the state of Florida, if not the nation. And just driving up and down the road on 54 on a daily basis, you can see what's happening here. But I want to welcome you. I want to welcome Trxade to Central Pasco County in the Lena Lakes area. And I think, as Jay said, I think what we're going to see in the future, it probably won't be long before you might be moving out of this building. And that's not a bad thing. It's just going to take a little time and effort. But I think Devin can attest to it that as the county grows, there's going to be more and more opportunities for Class A office space that you'll be able to grow into, because I'm sure you can all appreciate what you're doing here, but at the same time, I hear you're growing, and maybe a couple years down the road, you'll be at a couple hundred employees, and we like that as a county. We appreciate what you're doing for our tax base. We appreciate that you're living here in Pasco County. And Pasco County is a great place to live, work, and play. I've been in Pasco County myself for about 11 years. I used to be a Hillsborough County person. I lived in Hillsborough County in the New Tampa area. But I like Pasco County so much better, or I wouldn't be here. And it's neat what you're doing here. It really is. I came from a healthcare space myself. I own my own company in healthcare for many years, and I sold back in 2011. So when we talk about what Pasco County wants and the EDC wants and what we want to see here, you're hitting the nail on the head, because actually twice, because we like technology and we like healthcare and the medical field. So you've hit all of those for us, and we appreciate that, because it does make our county better when you're here. And I hate to say we're always battling and fighting the surrounding counties, but in a sense we are, because we're doing what we can to attract the jobs here, because the last thing we want is for you to have to leave Pasco County on a daily basis to work. Quality of life is so much better. We can live, work, and play close to where you live. And we still have people that have to leave here on a daily basis to go to Hillsborough County, but it's getting better, and will continue to get better. We just did a ribbon cutting for a company, the Mettler Toledo, last week, which is a huge international company, 250,000 square foot facility and 600 employees. So just like you, other people are realizing that this is the place to be. And there's so much to offer here now, and that we'll be continuing to offer more and more. So with that, again, I welcome you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for growing with us, and thank you for living here. If you live here, if you don't live here, move here. Please do. There's a lot of options for you, and we do have places on the water. You can live on the west side. We do have that. We do have the rural areas where you can see lots of deer and a lot of master plans communities. So it's a very unique county. There's a lot of things to offer. I mean, you can have one of the highest elevations in the state of Florida in Pasco County on the east side in Dade City. So you can go from mountains to beach in about 20 minutes. So with that, thank you all. Welcome, and I wish you future success. Thank you.